Today I'm going to take you through the best and the worst of the 49ers 36-26 win over the Arizona Cardinals. I'm going to go the best calls / play designs, the worst play calls / play designs, good Jimmy, bad Jimmy, stock up, stock down. But I want to also talk about two themes, conceptual issues. Why the run defense didn't work against the Cardinals and why the run offense didn't work. What's going on with both of those? I'm going to start with the run defense. I'm going to get to the run offense later. If you think I've forgotten about it, I haven't. Wait for it. It's going to be in the stock down section because it's actually a lot about execution. Starting with the run defense, which is Saleh's domain. Let's get right to it, shall we? What happened with the Niners' run defense? Actually, in this game, it was pretty good against the running back, Kenyon Drake. He carved him up in the first matchup. This matchup he did, and he only averaged 4.2 yards per carry. But let's look at it from the back. The issue is defending Kyler Murray as a runner. They didn't do a good job against him, particularly when he kept the ball in a zone read. Here he's going to gain 6. I want to show you why. First of all, it's all about assignments. Usually defense is about flowing to the football, all gas, no brakes. Well, this is all about just doing your job. So let me show you with my handy-dandy stylus right here. Wait, full screen snip. Okay. Here we go. So here's Nick Bosa. Offense is going to leave him unblocked. He's going to come down, tackle the running back. Here's Elijah Lee. He's going to set the edge here so Murray can't run out this way. Here's Dre Greenlaw. He's going to come down, set the edge here so Murray can't run out this way. And here's Fred Warner. His job is to key the quarterback here, not to watch the running back because that's Bosa's responsibility, all right? So it's assignments. Greenlaw set the edge. Lee set the edge. Bosa get the running back. Warner get the quarterback, okay? That's what they got to do. That's what the Niners, that's their strategy coming into this game. But let's watch what happens. Bosa comes down. Well, they block him here. But sorry. I had it the wrong way. Sorry, let's go back to the full screen snip. My goodness, sorry about that. Sorry to lead you astray. This is the unblocked defensive end. Forget Bosa. Him. They're going to leave him unblocked. He's going to come down, tackle the running back, do his job. Now watch Warner, okay? Sorry about that. Armstead. Here we go. Leave him unblocked. He comes down, tackles the running back. Warner should be leaking this way already, but he's watching the running back. He's a step late. Greenlaw does his job to set the edge, but Warner's just a step late getting over there. And he does a really good job reaching out, diving, and grabbing an ankle. Otherwise, that could have been a big, big gain. Let's watch it one more time. Remember, it's all about Warner. They call this a scrape exchange. He scrapes, he comes down here. No one is reading anything. Everyone has one thing to do. You got to be over here, buddy. You're on the quarterback. Okay, so that's the first place. It's early in the game. This played out. It was a little chess match between Robert Saleh and Cliff Kingsbury that I found fascinating. So I'm going to take you through it real quick. Both teams' adjustments. This time, there's going to be motion before the snap to move Warner out here and Greenlaw in the middle. So this time, Warner's setting the edge. Greenlaw is assigned to the quarterback. So let's watch what happens. Previously, it was Warner who screwed up, flowing to the football, not watching his assignment. Here, Warner's doing the right thing, setting the edge. D Ford's crashing down, hitting the running back. They both do their job, but Greenlaw watching the running back, not the quarterback. Too aggressive to stop the run early in the game. Give this up. Remember, Kyler Murray didn't keep the ball and run in the first matchup until the second half. So maybe the Niners got caught off a little bit and weren't expecting Murray to run the ball so aggressively early, but that's just terrible technique. I mean, that's the kind of stuff we used to see from Ray Armstrong in 2017 when Robert Saleh first got here. That's not how Saleh coaches it. You got to do better than that, Rook. This one's interesting. This time, Robert Saleh's defense works. Here's Dre Greenlaw here. He's going to come down, set the edge. Warner's going to be on the quarterback, but there's a little wrinkle from Cliff Kingsbury. He sees that, not a lot of defenses defend the zone read this way. I've never really seen outside linebackers setting the edge and the middle linebacker reading it. Usually it's an outside linebacker reading it, no one setting the edge. So that's how nervous the Niners were about Kyler Murray. They didn't want him running outside. They wanted, if he did keep the ball, to be funneled back into the teeth of the defense. So Cliff Kingsbury sees that. He says, that's a pretty good approach to stopping my zone read. So let's block the guy setting the edge with a wide receiver and run outside of him. So that's not really Greenlaw's fault. But what I would look at is, let's look at Warner again. Greenlaw does his job. Cliff Kingsbury's play design beats Robert Saleh's play call. Here is Warner here. Just a little bit late to react, even though he's there. And this is how quick Kyler Murray is. You kind of have to be leaning that direction before he starts going, because he'll beat you. Let's watch it in real time, because it's more impressive that way. Whew. This guy plays at a different speed than everyone else in the NFL, or in this game. So that's the problem the Niners were having. They figure it out, though, before halftime. Late in the second quarter, they actually get it right, because Robert Saleh's a good coach, and their defense is good, too. They make the adjustments. This is 7:46 in the second quarter. Here we go. This is what it's supposed to look like. Let's watch it slowly. You see 57 jumping way out, just in case Kyler Murray keeps the ball. He's not going to let him get out here. 57 goes way out here. 47, same thing. And it's all 97. You get the running back. That's Nick Bosa. 54, you get the quarterback. And watch Warner here. Already leaning this direction before Kyler Murray keeps the ball. That's perfect execution. 57 blocked again by the tight end. That's a good wrinkle from Cliff Kingsbury. We saw it on the last time. You block the guy setting the edge. But if Fred Warner just does his job and doesn't worry about the running back and lets Nick Bosa handle him and starts leaning before the play starts, before Kyler Murray even pulls the ball, you're going to stop him. This is a loss of one. He just gives up. Remember this play? He just sits down like a toddler. I like that. So that's how you're supposed to execute it. Now, they go into halftime. Cliff Kingsbury, excellent coach, not excellent creative play designer. He isn't an excellent coach yet, but he makes an adjustment. And he breaks it out in the fourth quarter when they're going in for the go-ahead touchdown, which they get 11:40 in. And it's interesting. So you see that Robert Saleh basically has an answer. He's figured out an answer for this zone read. So what does Kingsbury do? Well, he scraps the zone read. Let me make sure I'm right about this. Instead of doing a zone read, he's just going to do an inside handoff with no reading. And I'll explain to you the significance of that. Yes. Okay. So let me go to the full screen snip, because this is my favorite thing. All right. So here we go. Before, they were leaving this guy unblocked. He would charge in, get the running back. They'd set the edge with the outside linebackers, and 54 would be a step ahead of Kyler Murray. And you saw the last time they did it, loss of one. So this time, let's no, wait, hold on. Yeah, oh, you like that? Okay. Here, this time what they're going to do is block 94 with this guy. Okay? He's going to block him. There's going to be no reading. This is just a handoff. Murray's not running. But the idea is, if the Niners are going to have this guy solely responsible for the running back and have 54 solely responsible for the quarterback, well, you just block him. You block 94 with your left tackle. 54 is looking at Murray. Literally no one is looking at 41 except for this guy who's blocked. So now you're going to get a big gain just on a simple inside handoff. Watch. Because they're so afraid, the Niners, of Kyler Murray running the ball. This sets up the entire go-ahead touchdown run. So you got 54. Watch him. He's going to flow this way, looking at Kyler Murray the whole way. And now they're really not in a position to tackle Kenyon Drake. The Cardinals have excellent blocks in the second level, and that's a gain of 12. Easy. I could show you a couple of more, but they run this play about 3 or 4 times on this drive, and they keep getting 5 yards, 7 yards, 8 yards, because this adjustment trumps Robert Saleh's defense for stopping the zone read. It's not a zone read. So finally, deep down in Niners territory on the same drive. Saleh makes an adjustment. The entire drive, they haven't been doing the zone read, and they've been really killing Warner in particular because he's watching the quarterback while the unblocked defender who's supposed to get the running back is blocked, and no one's getting the running back. So finally, they realize, Saleh realized, if the Cardinals are going to continue to block Nick Bosa, we can't assign Fred Warner to the quarterback. We have to assign him to the running back. We have to honor him. So finally, this is from where is this from? 22-yard line, right in striking distance. They set it up by calling straight inside handoffs with no read 3 or 4 times, and they do this. He got 54 flowing with the running back because they set it up that way all drive. They were saving the quarterback zone give the entire way. He just runs. The Niners are not expecting the zone read. They've been gashed 4 or 5 times by just a straight inside handoff. He's expecting to get blocked here. This is their first zone read in the second half, I believe. Bosa crashes down. He does his job. Warner doesn't. Warner should be over here. I just showed you Warner doing it correctly. If he was in the first half at the very end, he'd be leaking out this way already and ready to cut off Kyler Murray. This time he gets lulled to sleep by all those inside handoffs with no read earlier in the drive. And Kyler Murray, he gives up this huge lane. That's Warner's fault to begin with. Okay, Warner should be over here. But now it comes down to Jimmy Ward. And first of all, this is bad by Jimmy Ward, but Kyler Murray must be so difficult to stop. First of all, hold on. Ward kind of slows down. He's trying to get the right angle. It's really hard to get the right angle. Slows down a little bit. I don't know what he's thinking there. Now he tries to accelerate and barely touches Kyler Murray. Jimmy Ward's been struggling a little bit at free safety. But that was checkmate, basically. Cliff Kingsbury was one step ahead of Robert Saleh in this season in both matchups. I can imagine Robert Saleh is going to spend a lot of time studying Cliff Kingsbury in the offseason. He'll have more answers for these quarterback-driven runs that gave the Niners fits. And it's going to be interesting because you could bet Greg Roman and the Ravens are looking at the same exact thing, figuring they can do the same stuff in 2 weeks when the Niners face the Ravens. The Niners are going to have to figure this out. They got about 14 days before they face someone even faster than Kyler Murray. That's right. Even faster. Okay, let's go to some positive stuff. Play designs, the best ones. Offense. This is, you remember this play. It was really cool to see from the All-22. The Niners had been doing nothing. They were down 16-0 in this game. The offense was terrible. They hadn't really run screenplays since 2 weeks before in the first matchup against the Cardinals. They didn't call very many against the Seahawks. This got the whole game going for the Niners. So what's cool is you got the ball's going to go to Richie James. He runs this jet sweep. You got a running back going this way, a wide receiver going this way. That's a lot of confusion. It looks like they're setting up the screen over here to Mostert. You roll out the quarterback over there to make the impression, make the defense think it's going over here, guys, going over here. But watch these offensive linemen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This guy's not, and they're not all offensive linemen. You got 5 blockers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blocking for a screen. How did you get 5 guys out there? That's amazing. And the Cardinals only have 2 guys. That's a hell of a play design. A lot of times with the screen, you see 2, 3 blockers out in front. That was 5, and it looked like the entire offensive line. Let's check it real quick. Left tackle, left guard, center, right guard, right. The whole. You got a tight end, a couple tight ends. Yeah, the entire offensive line is out here. It's amazing. Have you ever seen a screen like that? It looked like the Music City Miracle 20 years ago when the Titans won the game on that kickoff where, who was it, Frank Wycheck? Lorenzo Neal hands it off to Frank Wycheck, who runs to the right and then throws back to the left, and there's a whole convoy over there. That's what it looked like. That was really, really cool. This is good, Kyle. All right, one more, and it's a touchdown. 2nd and goal from the 5. What are we doing here? All right, so we've seen this before, but it's cool. Watch Dwelley. Here, no, I want to write. I can't get enough of this. Full screen snip. Whew! Dwelley. I just wanted to circle him. He's going to block here for like a second or two, and just that little blocking will make all these coverage guys pretty much disregard him and look for other people, and then he's going to slide out here, catch the ball right here wide open. That's really good illustration for me. So you see what I'm saying? This is cool. Shanahan does this kind of stuff a lot. But this is an old trick. I mean, they were doing the Niners and Raiders were doing this in the 80s. So you block a little bit, you run over here. These guys don't look at you. This guy's frozen guarding no one. And then he figures out, oh, maybe I should get over there. Whenever you get someone wide open in this small area of a field, that's really good play design. And it's all because of that fake block. Right. Coming up. There. These guys are not looking at Dwelley anymore. This one certainly is. I don't know what he's looking for these guys coming over this way. He's frozen. Anyway, really nice play. Not the toughest touchdown pass, but you get credit for that. In the box score, that's a really difficult pass. Okay, now the worst play designs. I'm going through this quick. Only two this week. Worst play designs. Defense. Let's look. Here we go. Ford and Bosa inside. Oh, full screen snip. Full screen snip. You got Ford, Bosa inside. You got 91, 99, Armstead and Buckner outside. Those are your two interior players. Ford and Bosa are usually your two edge players. Saleh hasn't flipped it. This is 3rd and 5. It's a creative, exotic pressure look on 3rd and 5, and the idea is 97 slants in here, 99 slants in here, 55 goes all the way around and comes in here, and that's supposed to work. The problem is it takes 55 forever. He has to go over here, come all the way around here, and get Kyler Murray. Basically, Kyler Murray can stand here, eat a sandwich, and throw the ball before 55 has any chance of getting here. That's why I call it the sandwich blitz. I don't like it. I don't like it. Let's watch. Here we go. 97 goes in, 99 goes in, 55 goes all the way around, and he's still going, and he gets blocked, and 97 falls down. I've never seen that before. Nick Bosa falling down. Here he goes. Falls down. Ooh, he gets hit hard. 99 trips on top of him. This is not the most graceful and well-oiled blitz. Probably throw this one out. All right. Now let's go offense. This is interesting to me. If you notice, look at this right here. What do you see? What do you see? Oh, full screen snip. Hold on. What I noticed with the Niners, even though it's a north-south stadium, you get this huge shadow in the first part of the game, and it hangs over half the field. So what you have this effect is a quarterback in the sun and some guys in the shade. And you don't think about it a lot in football. It doesn't happen in a lot of stadiums, but it happens here. It happens down in L.A. at the L.A. Coliseum. You got balls going from sunlight to shade. It's hard to pick that up. We see it a lot in baseball where maybe the mound is in the sunlight and home plate is in the shade. And they talk about the batters having a tough time picking up the ball. The same thing holds true in football. So here, this is 4th and 5. They're going for it, and it's a good play call. In theory, this works. Mostert runs a wheel route up the sideline. He's open. Jimmy Garoppolo throws a perfect pass, hits Mostert in stride, but he drops it. Now, you could say, bad Mostert, he stinks. Well, he doesn't. He actually has pretty good hands. What happens here? Well, I would argue, oh, come on. Hold on. 1, 2, 4. Sorry about that. It times out if I spend too much time on the full screen snip. Here we go. 243. So what you have here is the ball traveling from the sunlight, from the daylight into the shade. That makes it much more difficult to catch this ball because Mostert's eyes have to see a ball that's lit up and now that's not, and his eyes have to adjust, and it just makes it more difficult. It doesn't make it impossible, it makes it more difficult. This play would have had a much better chance of succeeding had they just flipped the formation and had Mostert run the wheel route up the left side. You see the ball is right in the middle. They had equal distance on both sides. Go to the left. Go sunlight to sunlight. And you're thinking, well, that's really ticky-tack, Grant. I mean, how do you even know you're right here? Well, the Cardinals made the same exact mistake about a minute and a half later. I'll show you. This is a real thing, and it's something that the Niners and opposing teams have to game plan for and take in consideration when they're playing in the first half against the Niners in a day game. So let me show you another one. This is same game, same quarter, just a minute later, 125. Big play, 3rd and 11. You remember this one. Again, here's that big piece of shade. 3rd and 11. We're looking at Christian Kirk. He's going to be wide open. And you're thinking, how does he drop this ball? It's ridiculous. Hold on. Slow motion. Here he goes. Here he goes. Okay, there is no one here, right? No one. Look at that. That's like 8 yards. That's like 10 yards. That's maybe 15 yards. If he catches this ball, he could run for a long time. But he drops it. Why? Well, maybe he stinks. He's actually pretty good. What I noticed is, look, he starts his route back here in the shade. When he catches the ball, he just breaks into the sunlight. And his eyes have to adjust, and it makes the catch more difficult. And he drops it. This is a good receiver who would normally make that catch. Again, had they simply flipped the play, put him over here, have him run the same route, this way it's likely a catch and a long run. The Cardinals never came back to this play. They didn't scout Levi Stadium well enough. Cliff Kingsbury is a very creative coach, but he didn't do his. This is part of your advanced scouting. You know, if football is a war game, you have to have a good sense of the terrain that you're going to be battling in, and they didn't know that. This play worked on a whiteboard. It didn't work at Levi's Stadium in mid-afternoon. So I thought that was interesting. This is something that the Niners can use to their advantage. Teams aren't thinking about this big piece of shade. Go daylight to daylight when you can. That's what you need to do. All right. Now let's go to Jimmy Garoppolo. Good Jimmy. First of all, we're talking about the other question I wanted to address was, why does the Niners' run game not work anymore? Why did it not work in this game? Well, if you look here, they try to spread out the box a little bit. They put the tight end out here. You got 6 blockers, but you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 defensive players in the box. The Niners are outnumbered. They can't block everyone. They bring 88 back in to block. The Cardinals bring this linebacker back in, Akeem Hicks. Now it's 8 against 7. Again, the Niners are outnumbered. It's really hard to run when you're outnumbered, and you really shouldn't do it. This is called daring the offense to run. Putting all these guys here, daring them to run, to pass, daring an offense to pass. It's almost impossible to run into this. You got to pass, and what Jimmy Garoppolo does, to his credit, is recognize that he's outnumbered. I think they probably had a pass play called here. A run play called here. He changes the play. You see him pointing at his head saying, check with me, alert, kill, can, whatever. Basically, he's saying, I called 2 plays in the huddle. We're going to the second play. And he did this a lot in the game. The second play was always a pass. It's incomplete, but it's the right call. He sees it immediately, goes to his helmet. Hold on. Here he is. Wait. There. Here he goes. Check with me. We're going from a run to a pass. He did this a lot in the game. Straight drop back. Perfect pass. It's just dropped. That's good Jimmy. That is cerebral Jimmy. Again, the Cardinals showing 8 in the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're going to bring the 8th guy in when he comes in, when Dwelley comes in. They don't even – I like this. So Dwelley's about to come in. They see he's bringing a safety with him. So immediately, Garoppolo doesn't even wait around. He says, okay. We're outnumbered. We're not going to be able to run the ball. Check with me. We're changing the play. Go into number 2. You want me to pass? Fine. I'll pass. No one in the backfield. Empty backfield. I'm telling you we're passing. And you can't stop us because you have the worst pass defense in the league. So what they do is, all right, you want to load up the box. We're going to spread you out, and we're going to get a one-on-one matchup. One of your worst defenders against one of our best. This is best receivers. This is Emmanuel Sanders one-on-one in the slot against this guy who has no chance. That's Byron Murphy, a rookie. So instead of running the ball up the middle into a loaded box for maybe 3 yards, they pass to Emmanuel Sanders for 14. See what I'm saying? Pretty good. First play of the second half. Garoppolo sees 7 defenders in the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 versus 6 because they're spread out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Garoppolo sees it. Check with me. We're outnumbered. We're not going to beat our heads against a wall. We're not going to run into a brick wall. We're going to check to the pass, spread them out. And then it's just so easy. Why run against a good run defense that's loaded up to stop you when you can just do this? Put the running back out there, have him run a shallow cross, make this guy have to pick him up. Oh, he can't, right? Because he's not even thinking about Coleman. He's over here carrying this guy across. It's a zone defense. Going with him. Now he sees him. Now he has to stop, change directions. Can't. This is a running back. This is a big outside linebacker. Easy. He catches the ball in the flat, turns up field. Big gain. Why beat your head? Yeah, why run against an 8-man box when you can do that? I thought the Niners had a perfect plan to defeat this run defense. If a defense is intent enough to take away your run game, they basically can. We've seen that the last couple of weeks. And what the Niners have done is say, okay, fine, we'll pass then. And that's what they're going to have to do in the playoffs. Teams have to take away something. They can't just give you the run. If they take away the run, the Niners seem to have answers like this, and Jimmy Garoppolo's becoming much better at reading defenses before the snap. All right, let's go to bad Jimmy because he still struggles after the snap. 3rd and 5. This is usually where good Jimmy makes an appearance, although lately it's been bad Jimmy on 3rd down. And I don't know why. He's just inconsistent, but he's looking for Bourne, okay? Look, bring it back. Bourne's here. He's going to run a slant. He's going to be open right away, and Jimmy Garoppolo's going to see him because he's staring him down. One read. Often does one read on 3rd down. So let's pause it right at the crucial moment. Bourne is open now, and he's really open now. Hold on. Let's bring it back like that. So let's say right there, the ball should be in the air, and now he's ready to catch it. Garoppolo's staring at him, not throwing the ball. All he's doing is leading this guy over here. There's a window now. It's going to close up real fast. As you can see, he's leaking, he's moving. Had he been one step closer, could have been a pick 6. As is, he almost seriously injured Kendrick Bourne, and the pass is incomplete when it should have been a completion for about 8 yards if he just throws it now. Anyway, bad Jimmy. He's done worse things, and he did worse things in this game. 3rd and 5 from the Cardinals 12. This is bad. This is a situation. He likes to take risks. He has no problem throwing the ball into tight spaces. He has the mentality of a Brett Favre. But when you're at the 12-yard line, you can't do that because you have basically a guaranteed 3 points in your pocket if you don't convert on 3rd down. You're in field goal range. Don't take risks. Throw passes that only your team can catch. This is 3rd and 5. He stares down his receiver. He gets intercepted. Okay, you see it from the all-22. Let's see it from the back. Watch Garoppolo's head. Looking left, 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 still looking left, and he's still looking left. And he throws the ball very late and throws it right at the defensive, the linebacker that he was staring at the entire time. I mean, he's right here, right in his line of vision. Jimmy, bad Jimmy, what are you looking at? I mean, you see him right there. He's looking at you. You're looking at him. He's looking at you. He's looking at you. You're looking at him. And you throw it to him. He's not on your team. He's on the Cardinals. Hard to explain that one. That's the thing. Like, Jimmy can make all these great plays, and he'll do that. It's like, dude, have you ever played football before? Like, what in the world was that? Anyway, here he comes. He's going to make the tackle. He's going to make the tackle. He's going to make the tackle. Whoop! No, he's not. He tried, though. It's a good effort. Oof. That one could have lost the game. But he had another one. 3rd and 7. Again, all these came on 3rd down. This is from the Cardinals 24, just outside the red zone. The Cardinals are going to blitz. And this is just undisciplined Jimmy. He sees the blitz. He throws off his back foot. Watch. He sees the blitz. Oh, no, come on. Slow motion. Here, look. Watch his feet. No weight transfer. Throwing off his back foot. Throwing to Dwelley. This was just like the interception against Pittsburgh where he throws off his back foot in the face of a blitz to Dante Pettis. The pass is a little bit off Dante Pettis' hands. It's not the most accurate pass. It's tipped. It's intercepted. He does this a lot. You can't be throwing off your back foot over the middle like this because your accuracy is going to be compromised. You're not throwing with your normal mechanics. This is all your arm. God knows where the ball's going. So that's what he does here. Let's look at it from this angle. 322. That's a nice little gain of 22. I mean, it's not the crispest route, but he won. And he did get a little bit of help, but that's good. That's a good play. This was 3rd and 9. He's right here. He's going to run a corner route up here. And he's not open. As I said, it's better after the catch than before it. He's not the greatest at getting open, not the greatest hands. But he catches this. Makes a very nice contested catch and bobbles it and catches it again. You can't really see it here. Let's look at it from this angle. Okay. Deebo Samuel, rookie wide receiver. Catches it over the guy's helmet. Like, hold on. That's amazing. Bring it back. Look at that. He catches it like behind the guy's helmet. That's like Peter Warrick. Remember Peter Warrick in 1999 when he was at Florida State and he made that touchdown catch over the guy's back? That's like that. That's tough. How do you catch the ball? So he pops it up to himself and catches it again. Excellent concentration. It seems like he does have good hands. He just doesn't trust them all the time. A lot of times he'll let the ball get into his chest and it'll bounce off his chest. This time he didn't have a choice. Trust your hands, young man. You got good ones. That's an amazing, amazing catch. All right. Dwelley time. Now, with Dwelley, I'm not going to show you any of his catches because you already know those plays. They were fantastic. They were showed on SportsCenter ad nauseum. I mean, it's just been Ross Dwelley week. Everywhere we turn, we see replays of Ross Dwelley dancing, Ross Dwelley making catches. I mean, he's everywhere. So what I want to dispel is the notion that he's just a prolific receiver, that he's just a Pro Bowl receiver. He's actually an excellent blocker too, and I want to show you. People asking why is the run game not working out? I showed you it's a lot about the defenses overcommitting to stop it. But some people wondering, is it the absence of George Kittle? Well, he is one of their best blockers, if not their best. But I don't think that's really the issue because Dwelley's pretty good too. Let me show you. Look at him here. This run's not going to go anywhere because other people aren't going to block well, but Dwelley does his job. He's going against strong safety Budda Baker, pushes him out of the play. Is he going to finish the block? Is he going to finish the block and put him down? Almost. That's pretty good. If the runner had gone out to Dwelley's side, he might have had something, but he couldn't get there because, I don't know, he cut inside. I don't know what he was thinking here. They stealed it. Maybe they felt he couldn't. This guy was setting the edge. There just wasn't an angle there, so he cuts inside. Mike Person can't maintain his block here, and Coleman gets tackled for a 1-yard gain. But Dwelley did his job. He's a good player, and he's not just a receiver. He's not just the best receiver on the team. He's also one of the best blockers. This is a power run. Oh, time for the full screen snip. Full screen snip. Here we go. Power run. What does that mean? Okay. 69 and 82 block him. The idea is to push him this way. 2-on-1, blocking down on him. He kicks out this guy. So they block him to the left. McGlinchey and Dwelley block down on the defensive end this way. Juszczyk kicks out the outside linebacker this way to create an alley here. 75 pulls and leads through. Let's see. I mean, it's interesting to have Ross Dwelley at the point of attack because you think of him as not being that strong. But let's see what he does here. Blocks down on the defensive end. Now he's singled up on him. Finishes the block, turns him out of the hole. Does a really good job. I mean, Kittle wouldn't have done any better. Created the hole. I mean, 68, Mike Person doesn't hold his block, and that's why Tevin Coleman gets tackled. But Dwelley certainly did his job. Losing George Kittle hurts, but Dwelley's an asset, not only as a receiver, but as a blocker too, and having both of them on the field will help down the stretch. Okay, stock down. This list is a little bit longer, and I like to give more evidence with stock down because I don't have to convince you that Ross Dwelley's playing well or Deebo Samuel's playing well. But if I say Mike McGlinchey's really, really struggling, and I only give you one clip, you might say, geez, you're cherry picking. So I want to actually show you that I'm not. I got about 5 with Ross Dwelley. With Mike McGlinchey. Here we go. You see 2 safeties deep. Garoppolo's going to change the play, changing it right now, changing it to a draw play because they're thinking it's going to be a pass. So they're going to fake the pass, go to the draw. Okay? It's the right call. The Niners were on point with their kill calls all game. They do the draw. You got a second-level block here. You got this is McGlinchey on a linebacker. You got Juszczyk coming through the hole, getting to a linebacker. You got Deebo Samuel out here on a safety, and you got Emmanuel Sanders out here on a safety. Everything is blocked perfectly. They got the right look. It's the perfect play call against two deep safeties. Run the draw. It's perfect. But let's watch what happens to Mike McGlinchey. This is a big reason the Niners' run game isn't working so well because Mike McGlinchey, who used to be one of their best run defenders, isn't anymore. He just gets thrown into the running back here and falls over and lands on his face. Mike McGlinchey, first-round pick last year. Watch it again. 92, throws him into the running back. Everyone else did their job. Mike McGlinchey got thrown on his face. Okay, enough of that one. Let's watch the next one. This is a guy, they took over some seriously good players, and they knew he wasn't going to be a long-term left tackle because they don't even move him over there. They got School as their heir apparent to to Joe Staley. This is their right tackle of the future, and he used to be their best run blocker. They would run behind him all the time on the outside zones. Well, let's see what happens when they run behind him now. This is the next play. So, again, you got the safeties back again. It's going to be an inside handoff. Garoppolo's changing the play. He sees the safeties are back. They're going to run. If the safeties were back, the Niners were running. If the safety was up, they were passing all game. Garoppolo was on point with that. So let's watch McGlinchey now, right here. What does he do? Inside handoff. Climbs. They call this climbing to the second level. He's trying to block this linebacker here. 59. He gets up there, and he just lunging too far over his feet. He's leaning forward, and he falls on his face again. I mean, 59 didn't even really do much. He just kind of threw him aside like, dude, get your unathletic self away from me. That's a very clumsy, unathletic look from the 10th pick in the draft. Is that rust or is that just lack of athleticism? I mean, geez. He is it's either you're a knee bender or a waist bender, and he's looking like a waist bender here. He's got his weight way too far forward. Falls on his face for the second time. I got more. All right. 1st and 10, 2 tight ends. They're muscling up to run the ball because they got 8 in the box. You got eight blockers on 8 defenders. So let's see what happens to McGlinchey. He's here. Right there. Blocking this guy, I believe. Yes. Beaten across his face. Now he's really beaten. That's pretty much a whiff. Running back hitting the backfield. Just easily beaten by 92. Can't get over just a little bit. Just looking clunky, slow, unathletic. He looked better last year. He's had a little bit of a sophomore slump as well, like Dante Pettis, although not that extreme. I got one more to show you too, and this one's the worst. This one is the whiff of all whiffs, and it's again in the first quarter. This is again outside. This is an outside zone run to the offense's right. They're going to go this way. This used to be their best play. They would average like 6 yards a carry running behind Mike McGlinchey outside the tackles. But look what happens here. Let's see. All right, here he comes, trying to get 58. Used to be really good at this, getting up and blocking people on the run. Just gets thrown aside like he's a teenager. So when you wonder, hey, why is the Niners' run game not working well? Well, a lot of times they're not getting the right looks to run the ball because defenses are taking it away and loading up. But when they do get the right looks, they got Mike McGlinchey out here missing blocks, getting pushed aside. See? Mike McGlinchey When Pro Football Focus tells you he's the greatest player of all time, tell him Grant Cohn said he wasn't. Let's do Justin School. I was really hard on Joe Staley, and he deserved it. He would agree. But the thing is, his backup, Justin School, he struggles too. He may not be better, and I'll show you what I mean. Staley really struggled in that one game, but who's to say School wouldn't have struggled against Jadeveon Clowney too? Jadeveon Clowney was the first pick in the draft. He's a hell of a player. Let me show you what I mean here. School's on the left. It's an RPO, meaning the running back's going to come this way, and there's a option to pass back this way. The run blocking is outside zone to the left. These guys going in concert in one direction, but you got School straight up whiffing on Chandler Jones, and Coleman getting hit 5 yards behind the backfield, but breaking the tackle and getting back up to the line of scrimmage in a heroic effort. But look, I was hard on Joe Staley. I got to put it on Justice School too. That's terrible. Joe Staley could have done the same exact move. They need better play from their offensive tackles, or else their run game isn't going to come back. This is what they're dealing with. It happens a lot. You see, overeager to get outside, beaten to the inside, can't transition back, can't change his direction, can't change his momentum, and just whiffs. So both offensive tackles struggle for the second game in a row. That's tough to have a good offense when you got that. Elijah Lee, real quick, it's not like his stock was ever up, but he gave up a touchdown, and the play was really interesting, so I wanted to show it. He's a backup, strong safety. He was strong side linebacker. He was on the practice squad. Remember, the original strong side linebacker was Greenlaw. Then when Quan Alexander got hurt, Greenlaw moved over to weak side linebacker, and the rookie Azeez Al-Shaair became the new strong side linebacker. Then he got a concussion. They brought Elijah Lee off the practice squad, and this is what he did against the Cardinals. If you notice, we got 1, 2 wide here. Oh, let's go to the snip. We got to go snip. All right. Here, 2 wide receivers here. You got your Sherman is over here. 1 corner is here. The fact that Sherman's over here and not over here means it's zone defense. If it's man, Sherman would be over here. Since he's over here, it's zone. Meaning, this guy, Elijah Lee, needs to move out here and respect this guy, honor him. It may not be a run. It could be a pass. Okay? If it's zone, the linebacker has to come out and pick up the inside receiver. If it's man, it has to be Sherman. It's zone. That's on Elijah Lee. Watch Emmanuel Mosley. It's loud in the stadium, I guess, and he's trying to get Elijah Lee's attention. He's like, yo! He looks at the sideline. He's like, dude, like literally no one's covering this guy. Elijah Lee's not looking, can't get his attention. They run a little RPO, run pass option, which is perfect against zone defense because it gets him moving toward the running back and vacating his area, his zone where he should be. And look at how wide open Larry Fitzgerald is. That's the easiest touchdown ever. And it's all Elijah Lee's fault. Not only, I mean, it wasn't just that he got sucked up by the RPO. It's that he wasn't even lined up correctly and he wasn't listening to Emmanuel Mosley. Emmanuel Mosley's trying to tell him, dude. And he's like, yo, dude, do you not see Larry Fitzgerald? He's going to the Hall of Fame. Who are you looking at? Anyway, enough of him. That one made me laugh. Elijah Lee will learn. It was a one-off. Finally, Richard Sherman. No, I got one after him, but 3 more clips. Richard Sherman. I don't really need to explain very much. You know exactly. Well, if you haven't watched me before, Richard Sherman isn't what he used to be. Let's see it here. He's at the top of his screen. He tries very hard to not get beaten deep. At first, he pretends like he's going to be in press man-to-man coverage, but then he turns and bails out, and it shows that he's going to be playing deep zone coverage. This guy's going to come down. It'll be cover 3 deep, 1, 2, 3, and 3 underneath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyway, he's in great position to not get beaten deep. It's like they're racing down the field, and he has a head start by about 7 yards, 20 feet, still beaten. All right? Just by a little hesitation move here, he's going to get this little move, that little stick in that little inside with his left foot, right? Here, it's like he's going to the post. That's enough. Richard Sherman has no makeup speed. He's slow. And you can really see it from this angle. So he's beaten real bad. I mean, enough. To the point where, it's a nice throw too, hell of a throw. He just lunges out and tackles him. I mean, that's a good play. Better to do that than to give up a touchdown, but it's a spot foul at the 3-yard line. So it's discouraging from the Niners, a guy who's slow, savvy, but slow and doing everything he can to not get beaten deep, giving up all kind of underneath stuff, and still gets beaten deep. This is the first time really this year too. Okay, one more. Because I think we all saw that one during the game. I'm not going to show you the other penalties he had because you've seen those. This one I'm not sure you've seen. This one I didn't notice during the game. I noticed it just now this morning. So this play didn't count because the Cardinals committed offensive pass interference, but that didn't affect Richard Sherman. Sherman's here. This is man-to-man coverage, and he can't play it anymore because he can't run across the field. Now, there's going to be an illegal pick play here. He takes out this guy, and he's going to catch a touchdown, and it's going to come back because you can't do that. But watch Sherman in the back. I didn't notice this during the game. He's just too slow to cover a guy running from this side of the field to this side of the field. If this stuff had never happened, it could have been a touchdown back here. Look at how far away he is. A cool 2-3 yards. Every time he's in man-to-man coverage and he has to cross the field, he gets beat like that. Robert Saleh really can't call that much man-to-man coverage because of Sherman. They have to call zone most of the time. And when they do get caught in man-to-man coverage, bad things happen like that. Anyway, the last play I want to show you, you've seen before, but I couldn't not show it because it made me giggle. We haven't really seen very much from this player the last few weeks. And then it was like, oh, hello, there you are. So presented without comment from the end zone. Watch 11, watch 97. 97 thinking things are going to be great. Oh, and he's down. Yeah, we got to watch that one more time. You know? Let's get inside Nick Bosa's head. At this point, he's thinking, I'm going to sack Kyler Murray. I'm going to whoop 74. I'm going to sack Kyler Murray. Now, a little time passes. Things are looking good. No! He's down. No, wait. Let's bring it back here. He takes that first step, and he's thinking, yeah, I got this guy, man. He's definitely, nothing's going to happen. And boom! Think about Nick Bosa. As teams, these professional leagues spend millions and millions of dollars on smart people to figure out your weaknesses. And we figured it out ourselves watching this film. I'm sure the league has figured it out too. He's a very, very strong, aggressive player, but he doesn't see what's happening left and right of him. That'll come with experience, and the Cardinals really, really exposed him. I'm sure he felt that the next day. He'll learn from that. That was a good experience for Nick Bosa because teams are going to do that to him the rest of the year, and now he's ready for it. Now he's felt what can happen if he doesn't keep his head on a swivel, as it were. So that's what I got. I did it in 58 minutes. Not bad. Not bad at all. Thanks for watching. I'm going to bring this back if I can. Wow. Look at the seamless transition. That was a lot of fun. I'll be back on Periscope on Friday, and what I want to do is I'll also be on Hot Mic. No. I'll be on Periscope after the game, Sunday night, and what you guys can do, I'll take questions, but put in requests for things you would like to see. If you want me to look up why the run defense didn't perform, why the run game on offense didn't perform, let me know, and I'll go into my film sessions with that in mind, thinking about it. Because I go in with a couple of things each week that I'm looking for. Sometimes you guys have better ideas than me. Most of the times you guys have better ideas than me. So let me know in the Periscopes or on Twitter, and I'll look at that too. I hope this was illuminating. I hope I showed you some things that you didn't know already. And I'll be back again next week doing the same exact thing, same exact time, Tuesdays at 3 o'clock, YouTube Live, Grant's Film Sessions. Thanks for watching. Take care.